Disney Villains, the essential guide to the evilest of them all. Ursula, the wicked sea witch from Disney's The Little Mermaid, voiced by the one and only Pat Carroll. All she ever wanted was to get revenge on King Triton and use Princess Ariel as the key to Triton's undoing and rule all of the ocean. So don't you ever make a deal with this wicked old witch, such as trading your voice for your dream come true. Plus, Ursula was one of the villains that took over the House of Mouse on Halloween in Mickey's House of Villains. And here's her underwater lair. And here's what happened to her at the end, thanks to Prince Eric. Anastasia and Drizella Tremaine, Cinderella's stepsisters. I like Anastasia now because she's reformed. The Horned King from The Black Cauldron, voiced by the late John Hurt. Hades, Lord of the Dead, in the Underworld, voiced by James Woods. And another one of the villains that took over the House of Mouse. Jafar from Aladdin. He wants to get his hands on that lamp so he could use it to rule Agrabah as Sultan. Oh, and he's the ringleader in the takeover the House of Mouse in Mickey's House of Villains. Oh, and he could use his snake staff to hypnotize you just like he did with the Sultan. Don't you think that's wrong? Lady Tremaine, the wicked stepmother in Cinderella, who was jealous of Cinderella's kindness and good nature. The big bad wolf from the Three Little Pigs. You know, just like in the fairy tale. That sneaky cat Pete who's always trying to beat Mickey Mouse at everything. Maleficent from Sleeping Beauty. When she was uninvited, she placed a curse on Princess Aurora, saying, before the sun sets on her 16th birthday, she shall prick her finger on the spindle of a spinning wheel and die. I don't think so. The Forbidden Mountains, where Maleficent roams, and till she turns into this. Yzma from The Emperor's New Groove, voiced by late Eartha Kitt, who died of colon cancer on Christmas Day 2008. Sir Hiss from Robin Hood, who serves Prince John. Captain Hook from Peter Pan. That old codfish. When he fought with Peter Pan for the first time, he cut off his left hand and fed it to TikTok the crocodile right here. After that, Hook vows revenge on Peter Pan, and he will never leave Neverland until Peter's good and dead. The Jolly Roger. Even though Captain Hook gets chased away by TikTok the crocodile at the end, Walt Disney said, the audience would get to like Hook. They won't want to see him killed. You may remember the Captain more for being funny when he's scared of TikTok, and that he's one of the most famous Disney villains around. Martha Gofan from Tangled, Kaa from the Jungle Book, Gaston from Beauty and the Beast, Don Bellwether from Zootopia, Bowler Hat Guy from Meet the Robinsons, the Wicked Queen from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Magic Mirror on the Wall, who was the meanest queen of all? Snow White's wicked stepmother, that's who. Wicked Ways. King Candy from Wreck-It Ralph, Prince John from Robin Hood, the Queen of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland, Scar from The Lion King. The one Disney villain I dislike the most. He didn't just kill Mufasa, he betrayed him. Scar never cared for anyone else the way we do. Dr. Facility, the Shadow Man from The Princess and the Frog, Madam Mim from The Sword and the Stone, Chernabog from Fantasia, Cruella de Vil. All she ever wanted was a fur coat made out of those Dalmatian puppies. Don't you think that's an act of animal cruelty? Oh, and do you know what happened at the end of the sequel, 101 Dalmatians 2, Patch's London Adventure? Yep, while Cruella gets taken away to a mental institute, Jasper and Horace gave up their criminal ways and started working as president and vice president at a boutique where they design clothes with no fur in them. Thus, they've reformed. And here's Hell Hole where Cruella lives. Madame Medusa from The Rescuers, Sykes from Oliver and Company, Shere Khan from The Jungle Book. Nothing more to me than a stripy stinker. Edgar from the Aristocats, Percival McLeach from The Rescuers Down Under, Prince Hans from Frozen, Loyal Sidekicks, Mr. Smee, Dr. Facility's Shadow, Lucifer from Cinderella, the Card Soldiers from Alice in Wonderland, Brutus and Nero from The Rescuers, LeFou from Beauty and the Beast, the Magic Mirror from Snow White, Pain and Panic from Hercules, Iago from Aladdin, Doris from Meet the Robinsons, and the Stavington Brothers from Tangled. And and here's an interesting one for ya. Evil Emperor Zurg, who first appeared in Toy Story 2. And what he said to New Buzz, the one with the utility belt, is in fact a reference to what Darth Vader said to Luke Skywalker in Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back. I am your father. Oh, that's shocking, isn't it? Toy enemies. Sid Phillips in Toy Story, and his dog Scud, Stinky Pete the Prospector in Toy Story 2, and Dragon the Cat in the fourth movie, which is the latest. Oh, and of course, Lotso from Toy Story 3. I'd say he's the worst one of all for me. Sunnyside Daycare, where Lotso ruled until he was strapped to the front end of the garbage truck, and that's what he deserves. That purple octopus toy Stretch was in fact voiced by the same actress who previously did Shenzi the hyena in Lion King, Whoopi Goldberg, who was also the star of Sister Act. Syndrome from The Incredibles. Randall and Waternoose from Monsters, Inc. Charles F. Mons from Up. Chef Skinner from Chick Hicks. Miles, Professor Z. Hopper from A Bug's Life. Otto from Wall-E. How well do you know the villains and rivals? Well, that's it. I hope you'll enjoy this. And who was the one Disney villain that you just dislike more than ever?